Hey Savant Squad, what is happening? Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at The Savant Life, and also search for my page on Facebook and give it a big old thumbs up. You know, all of this beautiful black that they've added, which was not there in the previous versions of the bike, if you can notice, they've totally done away with the chrome. Everything is just black and the color of the bike, which in this case happens to be red, and I think that looks spectacular. But I just love the grunt, that mean brutish sound it makes when you turn up the accelerator. I have seen in my time some skinny kids also ride Royal Enfields. I don't know how they managed to do it because it is such a task. But again, feel boss, क्या feel आती है इसमें? भाई वाली feeling आती है. अबे चल बे हट चपड़ गंजो. You know, उस तरह की feel आती है. Alright, loyal subscribers of the Savant Life, welcome back to yet another brand new episode. And as you can see on this episode, we've got with us the Royal Enfield Thunderbird 350X. Yes, I'm riding a Royal Enfield bike, at least the Thunderbird, I think after a really long time. In fact, I think I've ridden it only once in my life before, and this is quite the experience. You never really get used to the jittery vibrations and all of that, but this is supposed to be the new and improved version, and I'm hoping that this will leave an impression on me. So far, the little bit of riding that I've done on this, I can tell you without really offending anybody that this is a very acquired taste. You're either a Royal Enfield fan or you're not, and I love the way they look. I love the way these bikes look. There's absolutely no two ways about it. The riding experience though is a different issue altogether. Like, look at this clutch, it's so incredibly hard. But man, the feeling that you get when you're riding it, you feel like a king. The upright riding posture, the brutish grunt of the bike, this beautiful red design which is very minimalistic, I think definitely makes you feel really great. However, if you're on the lighter side like I am, I don't know if you can be riding this bike a whole lot. You will really have to be very careful about it, because it takes a toll on you. It's a 195 kg bike, and it vibrates still quite a bit. And if this version vibrates this much, then I don't even know how much the previous versions used to vibrate. But anyways, it's a beautiful looking bike, make no mistake about it. It comes with a 346cc engine which can produce about 20 bhp of power and close to 28 Newton meters of torque, which is plenty for a Royal Enfield bike. Like I said, it weighs 195 kgs, and you can feel pretty much every single one of those kgs when you're riding it. I don't know if the clutch on all of these bikes is this incredibly hard, but on this one in particular, it's very hard, and it's not something that at least I'm used to. Whoa. Had a bit of a scare over there, didn't I? Thank God that I'm on the taller side and I have long legs, but again, like I said, you gotta get used to this. And this is not something that you can flick around. This is a cruiser. You just sit back and ride like an absolute boss. Okay, let's see if you can find the neutral a little more easily this time around. Nope. Yeah, found it. So the rear seat is really tiny. It's almost non-existent. There's no backrest over there either, which I think adds to the looks of the bike, but thumbs down for practicality. However, the rider's seat is very comfy. It's nice and big. You feel super comfortable on it, but again, I have long legs and long arms, and I'm kind of finding it a little difficult to really hold the handlebars over here. Like, I have to really extend my arms, as you can see over here, as the signal also goes green, and that shouldn't really always be the case. You shouldn't have to extend your arms all that much to grip the bike properly, but well, that's the case with the Thunderbird 350X, and ain't nothing that you can do about it. I'm just wondering if this bike, the 350cc version, feels this heavy and bulky. I can only imagine how the 500X feels. Holy shit. But anyways, I'm not even trying to ride that because it's not in my wheelhouse. I'm riding this bike predominantly because after having ridden the Bajaj Dominar, I wanted to get a feeler of how this one compares to that, because to a certain extent, I mean, you guys know, both of those companies have been taking pot shots at each other. Bajaj, of course, famously or infamously came out with that Hathi Mat Palo campaign. And after having ridden this bike for about 5 minutes, I can tell you, as beautiful as it looks, as badass as you feel, it does feel like a little bit of a Hathi. If you're not super well built, if you're not muscular, if you're not maybe a little healthy, like they say in North India, then I think you're going to find it a little difficult to ride this Bolt. If you don't know what a Bolt is, जो नॉर्थ इंडिया के पट्टे होते हैं ना, जो दिल्ली से आए हुए होते हैं, वो लोग ऐसी बाइकों को इरिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द मॉडल नेम बुल्ट बुलाते हैं, बुल्ट। तो ये जो बुल्ट है, इसको चलाने के लिए आपको काफ़ी जिगरा चाहिए होगा, और रोज़ चलाना, स्पेशली इफ़ यू आर built like a kid, or if you are a kid, if you're between 18 to 21 and if you're on the skinnier side, you're probably going to struggle with it a little bit. But जब आप 18 और 20 की उम्र के होते हैं, तब आपका ईगो भी बहुत बड़ा होता है, तो आप बोलते हैं अरे यार, मैं अगर पतलू हुआ तो क्या हुआ, मैं चलाऊंगा बोल्ट को। तो आप चलाते हैं। Oh my god, look at the sound, look at the sound of this bike, holy shit, it's deafening. The braking over here is alright, it's actually better than I expected. It's a little difficult to reach the gear lever, I have to say, but the braking is quite good. It has disc brakes both at the front and at the back. It comes with a 280mm disc brake at the front and a 240mm disc brake at the back. But it's such a chore riding this bike. Again, for someone like me, if you're 6'2", if you're 85 kgs, then it might be a breeze. But if you're anywhere between 60 to 65 kgs, then yeah, you're gonna struggle with this bike on a day-to-day basis, that's for sure. Okay, let's check out the turning radius on this. And yeah, it's not that great, I can tell you right away. But I just love the grunt, that mean brutish sound it makes when you turn up the accelerator. I'm a huge fan of that. Let me see if I can find a nice little quiet spot over here, even though it does not look very likely. Ah, there you go, found it. That's why they say never. Except for when it comes to finding this neutral. There you go. And by the way, before people get mad at me, not being able to find that neutral on a bike like this is probably my own fault rather than anybody else's. But there you go, here's a quick walk around of the bike. Man, oh man, doesn't it look spectacular? I love the urban cruiser modern look that it has while still retaining some of its retro elements. The headlight, that beautiful unicolor tank, this comes in red and white, and I imagine it looks even better in white. And everything about it, the fact that it has such a beautiful minimalistic design at the back without any backrest, the simple exhaust pipe, you know, all of this beautiful black that they've added, which was not there in the previous versions of the bike. If you can notice, they've totally done away with the chrome. Everything is just black and the color of the bike, which in this case happens to be red, and I think that looks spectacular. Alright, let's swing a leg over it again and get back on it. As soon as you get back on it, you feel the heaviness of the bike. This whole stuff that you have down here, the whole apparatus that they have going on, is a little weird. It keeps jutting into your legs every now and then when you're trying to turn the bike, when you're trying to just, you know, get by in traffic. I don't know if it's just me or if it's the case with everybody. Maybe if you're used to riding this bike on a regular basis, you just get used to it over a period of time and it ceases to be an issue. But for right now, I'm finding it a little challenging, to put it politely. But again, I can't stress the feel that you get when you're riding this bike, man. I mean, it's something else, boss. Feel na sahi hai ekdam. So when you have to squeeze the bike through tight spaces like that and maneuver it around traffic like this, it can get to be quite challenging, and it can very easily begin to test your patience. But hey, if you love big, grunty, mean looking and mean sounding machines, then I guess it's something that you've got to get used to. And the Royal Enfield, any bike for that matter, not just this one, takes a little bit of getting used to. See, this is what I'm talking about. This damn thing that you have here, as you're riding, it's jutting out so much that your leg keeps crashing against it over and over again. Talk about bad ergonomics. So the difference between this and the 500cc is that obviously that's got a more powerful engine. It can produce close to almost 30 bhp of power, whereas this one produces 20 bhp, so that's a significant difference. And this one comes in red and white, whereas that one comes in yellow and light blue. I don't know why they just didn't make all of the 4 colors available for both of those versions. That would have seemed like the more sensible thing to do, but apparently they didn't. So the red and the white, I think the 350cc obviously has the better color options to choose from, whereas the 500cc, I mean, the yellow one looks good, but it might not really appeal to everybody's tastes. And the blue one is, again, I personally like it, but a lot of people might not. Check this out. Tightening my gloves and riding this bike, I feel like I'm about to go kick someone's ass. That's the kind of feeling that you get, boy. You know, I almost imagine the Undertaker's music playing in the background. For those few who are too young to remember, the Undertaker had a bit of a biker phase in between when he used to come to the ring on these big, bulky cruiser bikes. And that's what this reminds me of. You just wear a leather jacket, you've got tattoos all over the place, you've got long hair, which I actually do. That's the kind of impression that this bike gives me. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up now and just focus on the road, because riding this bikey bike is a bit of a tasky task. But again, the feel, oh boy, the feel. Now I know what the Royal Enfield diehard's talking about, man. That feel, that macho alpha male feel is unbeatable. Where the hell am I, man? I think I'm lost. Oh, but that's what the Royal Enfield is all about. It's about the wandering soul. It's about adventure. It's about finding the unknown, isn't it? Yeah, finding the unknown somewhere over here in the middle of HAL. Let's do that. Boom, boom. I have seen in my time some skinny kids also ride Royal Enfields. I don't know how they managed to do it, because it is such a task. Believe me, it's such a bloody task. But again, feel boss, क्या feel आती है इसमें? भाई वाली feeling आती है. अबे चल बे हट चपड़ गंजो. You know, उस तरह की feel आती है. Let's check out the braking once again, along with the suspension. The suspension is really good. I like it. I like the suspension. Good job, Royal Enfield. Oh, just hear that sound. It's music to any bike enthusiast's ears, isn't it? Even if you're not a Royal Enfield fan, how can you hate on that sound? It's absolutely gorge. Look at that! Love it! Love it. And that feel, boss, that feel that you get. Get out of my way, people. Get the hell out of my way. Alright, so let's talk about the pricing a little bit. This one comes in at 1,95,000 rupees on road right here in Bangalore, which is not a steal for a bike like this, but again, it's a passion purchase if you're going for something like this, so I guess money really shouldn't be that much for consideration. However, if this is what floats your boat, I encourage you to go for it. But I think I'm going to wrap this review up right now before my wrists really start hurting. If you like the video, I tried to do something different, tried to go review a bike that I normally would not purchase or ride. So if you like the video and my sincere attempt at it, then go ahead and hit the like button and show me some love. If this is your first time around at the Savant Life, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, also click on the bell icon so that you can be notified when I put out more new videos. I will see you in the next one. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Take care, ride safe, be good. As always, have fun.